With a filmography where trapped, lonely, and self-destructive characters stand out, Antonio Campos has managed to create a clear and personal visual style when it comes to representing and accurately staging the isolation of his characters on screen, creating oppressive and overwhelming atmospheres for his characters. The Devil All the Time is the latest example of the way Campos portrays his characters through interesting visual techniques and different mise-en-scène elements. Many times, the architecture of a place can serve as a visual metaphor to represent trapped characters without space or to separate them from other characters. Campos often uses interior spaces to frame characters between doors, windows, or different objects. Whether it is the oppression of women in rural life in North America in the 1960s, the loneliness of a father and son in an environment that is hostile to them, a policeman trapped by a painful discovery, the social and emotional isolation of a teenager at school, of a young man in a foreign city, or of a television reporter in a personal and professional crisis. Composing a shot with a character on one side of the screen may seem simple, but if it's well done, it adds elegance and a lot of visual strength to the shot. Campos often places his main characters to the left or right of the shot, achieving a large negative space that transmits feelings of tranquility or calm, and guides the viewer's gaze to one side or the other of the frame. In The Devil All the Time, Campos frames the characters several times in wide shots, showing them smaller on the screen as opposed to the rest of the shot, visually symbolizing their loneliness in an isolated rural environment, with nature and religion as the central axis of their lives. Something he has also used in his 3 previous films, showing a student with no friends at school in After School, isolating a character in a foreign city in Simon Killer, or showing the loneliness motivated by the obsession with work in Christine. We saw that one way to isolate characters was by placing them on one side of the plane, but this time the technique of placing characters face to face serves to directly counteract them. Campos often uses this visual resource with the purpose of opposing points of view, showing situations of tension, or separating characters with nothing in common. Close-ups are powerful, and used with elegance and subtlety, they are always effective. Campos uses close-ups to get us inside the characters' heads, usually with the background out of focus to emphasize their momentary or permanent separation from other people, as if they were ghosts or did not exist. In this way, Campos manages to make the viewers connect emotionally with their inner world of his characters, and somehow make us understand better their isolation and vulnerability.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the Netflix Film Club channel to get our latest exclusive videos. Plus, hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.